us back. So hopefully everything runs smooth, mastering is fixed up and everything like that, and then we can plan ahead.
Okay. And then the follow-up question to that is, sometimes bands fall into that sophomore slump, where they've written all that great material and they've had years to work on that first CD. In fact, Lance talked about this on the first episode. So kind of walk us through the going from the first CD to the second CD. How is that material similar, and what elements have you brought in that's different to this CD?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it'll be 3 years since the last CD dropped. We've obviously gone through a lot of maturing, I guess you could say, both professionally and personally as well. We obviously done a lot of things as well since then, tours and different supports. It's one of those things you go through. Personally, with writing music, it's very much a reflection of where I am at personally as a person growing up, different experiences I've gone through in the last few years. So it's still heavy. It's got more of a darker tone to it, this album. It's a lot more melodic. It's not as thrashy, but it's definitely going to get your body moving and your head banging. There's definitely a lot of different sort of elements to it, but overall it's a lot more of a mature sound. Definitely refined. But yeah, it's hard to say. The first album, I listen back and I feel like we sound young, and I don't know really how else to put it. Now it honestly sounds like we've got a lot more weight behind us, a lot more sort of experience. And I think you can hear that in this new album.
Sure. What, do you have a working title for the new CD?
I've got a title. Yeah, I haven't actually released the title yet. But I'll tell you guys. Why not? The album's gonna be called A World Awakens.
Very nice.
Yeah, and it's pretty much, it's not a concept album, but a lot of the songs will be written on a lot of songs, because obviously it's from a personal point of view. A lot of the songs will be written around the idea of dream states and the whole other world that seems to create through, lucid dreaming, sleep paralysis, stresses and anxieties and stuff, all that sort of stuff that can create different dream states and different experiences that can then affect you everyday life and that sort of thing. I don't know. A lot of people have that experience. Some people don't. I don't know if it sounds weird, but that's what a lot of the songs will be about, and how that sort of relates to, different elements of everyday life.
Well, excellent. Now, Mark, one of the things I like to ask all of our guests, because you're in the music scene and obviously you've done a lot of touring, but particularly there in Australia, where here in the States we don't get a lot of, the bigger bands we get, but we don't get a lot of the experiences of hearing the bands that you do down there. What is? I have a segment here on the show. I'm called Biv's Best Band You've Never Heard of.
Yep.
What is a band that you've heard down in Australia that we need to hear about?
So the very best band I've ever seen live. Their CD's great too, but it doesn't do their live show any justice, is a band called Trollhagen. They're it's so hard to explain. If you like Mr. Bungle and that out there sort of contemporary artistic rock and metal mixed with incredible hooks and really, really skilled vocalists and almost like dubstep elements to it. It's really bizarre, these guys, and then they tell stories through their songs, and they're just a freakily talented band. And they've been on tour with Ailstorm, I think it was.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that was who they were with. That sort of I'm not. You don't quote me on that. That might be wrong. But they're freaky band, really cool. If you like that sort of, if you like Faith No More and then if you like that sort of piratey metal sound, but then if you love just awesome music as well, they're a freakily good band. Yeah. So that's Trollhagen.
Trollhagen. All right. Well, very good.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mark, we cannot wait. October, November timeframe can't come soon enough to be able to check out the new album, because if it's anything like the first one, it's going to be even better, and you've certainly got us excited about that. But for those that are listening to the show that want to kind of keep up with you and the rest of the guys at Damnation's Day to get news and updates on the album dropping and just follow you on social media, what's the best way for people to do that?
Well, we've definitely got Facebook, Twitter, also damnationsday.com.
Oh, very cool.
That's a good one too. That's constantly updated as well. So it's at the moment, like you guys have mentioned, we're sort of finishing off the final touches of the album and organising release. So, I mean, there's a little bit of activity, but we're going to start pumping a little bit of promo soon. You might get a few cool vids, maybe a few tasters up on there soon. So
cool.
Keep an eye out on all those social media and website.
Definitely do that, and then when the album comes out, we'll not only review it, because that's part of what we do here on the show, but we'd love to have you back to talk us through more of the album and kind of the response you've got on it so far.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, even if you love it or hate it, I'd love to be back.
I'm sure we'll love it. Mark, again, from Damnation's Day, check him out if you haven't yet. And Mark, thanks for being on According to Metal. We appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely my pleasure. Thanks, boys.
All right, thanks, Mark.
Hi, this is Kim Olsen of Anubiscape, and you're listening to According to Metal.
All right, well, that wraps up According to Metal on this episode. And we covered a lot, man. We had news, reviews, interviews, and all things metal like we always do here on the show. Thank you so much for listening to the show, and make sure you subscribe to the podcast, whether it's on iTunes, Spreaker, Stitcher, SoundCloud, doesn't matter. We're on there. Make sure you subscribe. Every other Friday, a new episode of According to Metal hits, so make sure you subscribe so you don't get left behind. And we'll be back soon with another episode. But until then, stay heavy and stay metal.
You can follow According to Metal on Twitter @ATMetalPod and stay in touch with the guys by liking the According to Metal Facebook page. Just go to facebook.com/According to Metal and click like.